Tonight on the University Report, we'll take a look at the rally in the park, find out how the Student Senate meeting went, and see what's up with the local book fair. Good evening and welcome to the University Report. I'm Ben Higgins.
And I'm Ross McBee. Here are tonight's top stories. Kill the Bill was just one of the many chants that was heard in the Platteville March 3rd at the city park. Many people gathered in protest of the budget repair bill proposed by Governor Scott Walker. The protest then proceeded to march through downtown Platteville before heading over to Dairy Queen.
Kill the bill! 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 Kill the bill!
The Platteville Plan Commission met in the City Council chambers on Monday evening, March 7th. Some of the issues discussed involved granting conditional use permits to Queen Bee Radio and Iverson Construction of Wisconsin. Also, the Commission discussed granting planned unit development / conditional use permits for Knath and Bruce Architects regarding lot fronting on Phillips Road. The Plan Commission meets on the second Monday of each month and is open to the public, who are encouraged to attend.
The Student Senate met this past Monday night, March 7th, to discuss the upcoming campus-wide campaigns for the president and vice president positions. The meeting was mandatory for all who want to run for either of the positions. During the meeting, they talked about the rules that the candidates will have to follow during the campaign. We were able to sit down with Corey McCullough, current vice president and chairman of the election committee, to discuss more.
We discussed advertising and kind of the rules regarding that, kind of stipulations with those distances from buildings. The candidates set a spending limit of $500. We discussed how they basically formulate that budget and when they need to submit that by. We also discussed various means of media, how we as the elections committee are going to get information out to the students, such as a debate, an ad in the Exponent that's kind of a side-by-side comparison of the tickets. Other than that, it was all just kind of pretty general meat and potatoes of the elections code.
The Historic Preservation Commission of the City of Platteville met Tuesday for their weekly meeting. They discussed topics such as approval of walking tours and the use of grant funds. Also discussed was the success of the 2011 Historic Expo held this past Saturday. If you would like to get involved with the committee, contact the city manager at the number below.
On Tuesday night, the University Counseling Services held a Safe Zone workshop in the Student Center. Counselors taught students and staff how to be an ally for lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender individuals. The training gives you the knowledge and resources to be a big help in your community. If you would like to learn more about this training or future training, contact Deidre Dalsing at 608-342-1865. On Wednesday, March 9th, International Student Services held an open house from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Students could come to the offices of the International Program, located on the first floor of Rose Hall, and ask questions about education abroad, or take a look at the Confucius Institute here on campus. Students who may have missed the open house can still find information about international programs located at the web address below.
The Distance Learning Center visited Otzman Hall this past Tuesday to spread information about their online bachelor's and master's degrees. They will be visiting the Engineering Hall again on March 28th and 30th from 10 to noon on the first floor lobby. For more information on the degrees and how to get registered for online classes, visit the address at the bottom of your screen.
Coming up on the University Report, we'll take a look at the International Women's Day potluck.
And we'll also take a look at the meeting of the Platteville Common Council. Stay tuned.
Every pet comes with a unique set of hopes and dreams. And one common wish, a happy, healthy life. Start with early and regular visits to your veterinarian for vaccinations and disease protection. Regular exams help diagnose, treat, and prevent serious health problems. See that your new pet grows up healthy and happy. Call your veterinarian today. A message from your local veterinarians.
Thanks. You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pass the honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Mom! Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
With video games, I'm always choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them.
Hey, Mom, how about this one?
Which is why I love these new rating summaries. They let me know exactly what's in the game. Combat, explosions, 2 female warriors, exposed cleavage.
Maybe the other one's better.
Yeah. Get your free game rating summary today, and with it, the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
The Southwest Health Center Foundation sponsored a Books Are Fun book fair on Tuesday, March 8th. The fair featured a wide assortment of books, just in time for spring. The University Report caught up with the fair's proprietor, Bernadette Carter, for a few words. With what?
The Badger Bar in downtown Platteville, Wisconsin, played host to the International Women's Day potluck dinner on Tuesday, March 8th. Originally launched in Denmark in 1911, International Women's Day is celebrated by women across the globe who join together to celebrate women's struggle for equality. With 2011 marking its 100th anniversary, Grant County native Lou Ann Domain organized the celebratory event, which often passes each year without widespread recognition in the U.S. for women in the surrounding area.
Interested in pursuing an education in the print communications industry? The Pagel Graphic Arts Scholarship Fund is now offering a scholarship to those who meet the qualifications. Applications are available at the Financial Aid Office in Brigham Hall. The deadline is March 15, 2011. If you have questions, contact Sarah Blevins at 608-342-1836. On Tuesday evening, March 8th, students went to Doudna Hall to participate in a photography class. The class was taught by Stephen Gassman, who shared techniques and tips on how to take pictures from close range. Students were required to have a camera with macro capabilities and a tripod to participate. If you are interested in future classes, contact the Continuing Education Office at the number below.
Excel Basics was held in the Carmen Library basement from 6 to 9 p.m. Tuesday evening. Instructed by Grant Hankey, students learned how spreadsheets can help make the task of working with data easier. Students also learned to create basic worksheets in Microsoft Excel, using rows and columns to structure data. They also found out how to cut, paste, and insert data into cells and use the sorting feature.
There are many athletes on campus, but one student athlete that stands out is junior cornerback Tommy Magna. Tommy has created the Go Live slogan and apparel you have seen many student athletes wearing on campus. We had a chance to meet up with Tommy to find out exactly what Go Live means.
A type of confidence that people want to have and that people think they have. Started when I was at Truman State University, my first year of college. I was with a couple of my friends, and at football practice we would have a tempo or a type of practice when you're never allowed to go fully tackle our own teammates. And so if we did a scrimmage or something like that, and the coaches would say, all right, this is live, so it's full tackle, full, there's no slow up, there's no slowing down. And so when we would hear, the tempo is live, that got us excited. Say we're going live, we're talking about it in the huddle and on the field, so, we just started saying it, and that's how it came about. Go live.
The Distance Learning Office is looking for a technology assistant. If hired, you will be required to provide help desk support and help create and run web pages using Flash and other rich media files. The job is 15 to 20 hours per week between Sunday and Friday. Summer work is required. To apply, submit your resume to the address at the bottom of the screen. Senior Vice President of HSE and Company, Jeffrey G. Belonga, gave an infrastructure report on the city of Platteville Tuesday evening.
I direct you to just below that, the Muskegon, Michigan issue, which is a general obligation, same tax exempt, but it's an A+. Now keep in mind, A+ is only one level below our AA-. Yet there's a 45 basis point differential in what they received.
Almost a 0.5% interest rate.
That's correct. Almost a full 0.5%. That 45 basis points on your issue saved you $83,394 on just that issue alone. That's the significance of being a AA- versus an A+.
Belonga's report was a part of the Platteville Common Council meeting in which licenses to traffic in fermented malt beverages and intoxicating liquors were discussed, as well as a walk/run permit for the National MS Society. All meetings take place in the council chambers of Platteville City Hall and are open to the public.
Coming up on the University Report, we have an interview with UWP professor Melissa Gormley to talk about the Campus Climate Survey. Stick around.
The cheese smell after the rain. I will grow a heart so strong that hospitals will take Tuesdays off. If I ride uphill, I will eventually get to ride downhill. That's how it works. If I ride, my breath will fill the air instead of smoke and car exhaust. If I ride, road rage will turn into laughter. And I won't be a boy or a girl. I will just be a rider. If I ride, I will be strong.
Welcome back to the University Report. We are joined today for our interview by Melissa Gormley, and she is the co-chair of the Inclusive Excellence Committee. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First off, what is the Campus Climate Survey?
The Campus Climate Survey is actually a UW, it's a system initiative to gauge how students, faculty, academic staff, and university employees feel about the university itself. It will gauge their concerns, whether they're financial or social or the context of classrooms and access to buildings, and 85 questions worth of stuff to figure out how people feel about this place.
Wow, that's quite a bit. How did you yourself get involved with the committee?
I was on what's called the Diversity Committee. It was kind of our informal name. I was part of the Inclusive Excellence Committee, which again was an initiative to gauge some of the policies and programs on campus, but reporting back to system. This is actually a system-wide initiative. We are one of the last groups of UW campuses to be taking the survey. So it was just a natural kind of, you've got the survey, the committee does, and you get to do it.
All right. Well, how do you plan to make students aware of this survey after it's been taken, or and how can they see it?
We kind of have a guerrilla marketing campaign now in terms of getting student interest. We've got websites and emails going out. I'm interviewing and checking out how you guys do great stuff on TV to talk a little bit about it. The objective of the survey is to really not just gather information, but ensure that anybody affiliated with this university community will get the information. There will be data that comes out of this that will be published and available to the university community.
Right. And in your opinion, what would you say the reaction to the survey is going to be? Is it going to be?
I've had mixed reaction because it's been, we've been getting the word out, and I've had a few students who are absolutely, opposed to investing time because they don't feel it's important. But I think the overall majority of students, as well as my colleagues that I work with, are looking forward to the survey. They recognize that it's going to be a process, that it does take time to fill out. It is a commitment. But one of the things that we had talked about that was important with the survey was this was an opportunity for people across the, across the demographic, whether students or employees here, to express themselves about, the racial incidents on campus, the current budget crisis and the discomfort that people are feeling. That it was an opportunity, with of course complete anonymity, to let your voice be heard. So I think overall that the support for it has been fairly good and overwhelming.
Okay. And when will the results of the survey be released?
The results it's an outside consultant that is putting the survey together. We do have input into a number of questions that we could design specifically for our campus. Once the data is gathered, it is an online survey with a paper option, so the data gathered is pretty computable relatively quickly. Then that data will be, kind of calculated and looked at and quantified by both the outside consultant as well as our own IRB group, our Institutional Research Board. Once that's done, then the information will be presented to the campus community. We're still working out the details of how the best way to present it is. It will also be presented to the system, and we'll be able to look at the other results of other campuses as well. So there'll be our campus response, but also looking at how other UW campuses measure up, or what their voice was in the survey.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add about it, or to let students know?
I would like to encourage people, even if you're hesitant about it. It is due to come out at the spring break, the week after spring break. We're looking at a March 24th release date. Okay. I would encourage faculty, students, staff, academic staff, support staff to take it. It's a really important tool that's going to give us some really good data in terms of what this campus needs to make change, but also what the campus is doing right. It's not a survey based on just negative feelings, but also something that would give us an opportunity to create positive change for campus.
Well, thank you. And make sure you check out the Campus Climate Survey, and stay tuned to the University Report as Courtney Ryan will take a look at your sports.
Hello? Hello? I've been on the street for a while. I saw your poster outside. I ran away from home. I don't know what else to do.
National Runaway Switchboard, how can I help? Call 1-800-RUNAWAY to make the connection.
And welcome back with your sports update. I'm Courtney Ryan. In wrestling news, freshman wrestler Matt Dries heads to the NCAA Wrestling Championship this weekend at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. Dries earned a second-place finish at the WEAC Championship with his 31-14 record. He will face fellow freshman Kellen Gringer of Central College of Iowa in the 125-pound weight division. If Dries is victorious, then he will face number 1 seed Clayton Rush of Coe College. The Pioneer softball team heads out to Kissimmee, Florida until March 17th for a set of 8 games in 4 days. I caught up with fellow teammate Cassandra Bolden to ask her about the spring break trip.
I'm Cassandra, freshman. This is my first spring break trip. We're going to Kissimmee, Florida. We'll be playing 8 games for the whole week, and I'm super excited to go. I'm going to be playing some really good teams there, and we'll have really good competition, and we'll kick some butt.
UW-Platteville's men's and women's track and field teams send 5 participants to this weekend's NCAA Division III Indoor Track and Field Championship in Columbus, Ohio. On the women's side, Junior Ann Take will represent the Pioneers in the 800-meter run, as well as be a member of the mile relay. The mile relay team consists of Deidre Dillman, Stephanie Weiss, and Shay Berman. On the men's side, Junior Patrick Klein will represent UW-Platteville in the mile. The 2-day championship event will get underway on Friday, March 11th. When we come back on the University Report, I'll have the question of the week along with the weather. Stay tuned.
Do you have a problem with your friends driving recklessly? With your friends endangering your life? I'm here to tell you that reckless driving is the #1 cause of teenage deaths. But with new and improved Slow Down, you don't have to die.
He's right. We should slow down.
In the real world, there is no spokesperson to prevent reckless driving. There's only you. Speak up.
Kim, pay attention.
You ever think about buying a bigger place? Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy. There is no credit fairy. How else will I get a better credit score? Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it. No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
Join us in the fight against hunger and poverty at whyhunger.org.
No matter where you live, life in the ocean depends on you. To help protect our ocean, recycle and dispose of your trash properly. To learn what you can do, go to keepoceansclean.org.
And now it's that time. It's time for Question of the Week. This week we asked students what they are doing over the spring break.
I have to come back here and work, so no fun for spring break.
Over spring break, I get to help my dad out with different things around the house. I get to build an elliptical machine in our basement. And I am also planning on taking a road trip. We are going to Rome, Paris, and even Wales. So this is going to be a fun spring break, and I'm really hoping I'm going to enjoy it.
Oh, well, over spring break, I plan on going home to Great Fenimore, Wisconsin, southwest Wisconsin, only 30 miles away from here. And, just relax and spend time reading some books, drawings, painting, just relaxing, It's a break from school. School's hectic, we have to get away from that sometimes, and the break's nice.
I'm doing a whole lot of nothing. I'm going to work, take a load off, enjoy not having homework, and that's about it.
I don't know, this spring break I'm just going to be staying at home, kind of working on my car a little bit, working on actually some homework. I had a teacher give me some homework, so that kind of sucks. But, I don't know, it should be a fun spring break, nice little break from classes and dealing with teachers and stuff like that.
I am going to Eau Claire and then going to Monroe and help my grandparents on the farm. And it's about it.
I'm probably just going to hang out with some friends and try to do some homework because I haven't been doing homework at all during school. And that's it.
Well, I'm going to go work out, probably do some odd jobs like actually working, then relax, gotta get some work done for next semester.
I'm going to go home, watch a lot of college basketball. Since it's March Madness, there's going to be an NCAA tournament. And probably, if I'm not watching basketball, I'll probably be playing a lot of basketball with some friends. That's about all I got.
Probably spend a lot of time with my girlfriend, maybe go to the museum, boring stuff like that. It'll be fun.
I plan to go up to Manitowoc and visit some friends. Other than that, I'll be staying here in Platteville at my sister's house because all my other family lives in Texas.
And now it's time to look at your spring break weather forecast. Friday afternoon, mostly sunny with a high of 50 degrees with a wind southeast at 10 miles per hour. Looking into Friday night, we have snow showers late into the evening with a overnight low of 35 degrees with, again, the southwest winds moving at 20 miles per hour. Looking into Saturday morning, we have a few snow showers with a temperature high of 39 degrees and the wind moving northwest at 24 miles per hour. And when we look into your weekend forecast, Sunday is supposed to be mostly sunny and a little bit of cloudy with a high of 40 degrees and a low of 30. As we get into your week forecast, Monday we start out with beautiful skies with a high of 44 and a low of 36 degrees, but when we get into Tuesday, we're going to get a little bit of rain showers with a high of 53 degrees and a low of 40. When we move into Wednesday, we have 51 degrees with a low of 37, along with Thursday, a high of 50 degrees and a low of 41, and Friday, 46 degrees with a low of 35.
Well, the weather looks...
Some relief if you're sticking around.
I guess so. Spring break will be kind of nice. Not as good as going to Florida, right?
No way.
Right. I'm just glad that it's going to stop snowing.
Yeah.
I cannot
50s will be nice. Get outside, do something
Wisconsin
fun.
weather.
We'll see what happens. So, thank you for joining us. I'm Ben Higgins.
And I'm Ross Maccabee.
I'm Courtney Ryan.
Have a great and safe spring break. See you next time.